Yo, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back. Today was another great trading day. It was a great trading day. We were really patient, took one trade, that's all we needed, and it ran straight to TP, about 50 points. And yeah, we're able to pass our funding ticks eval finally. I'll kind of go over the funding ticks spiel in a little bit, as well as I'll go over the trade. I'll show you guys the live execution, where I executed, what candle I executed on, stop loss, TP, everything. And yeah, let's kind of get started. I kind of don't want to waste your guys' time. If you guys aren't aware though, and why I'm trading with funding ticks, I would recommend you guys go check out yesterday's video where I released it. It's a bit of a longer video, but I recommend you guys kind of go watch it, kind of understand why I'm only trading one account at the moment. But long story short, it's just me trying to show you guys, right, how you guys could turn one payout into a 10K month, right? Because that's basically what I was able to do a couple weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. I was able to turn $50 into a $10,000 month trading prop firms. So at the moment, funding ticks is my prop firm of choice to start out with that. It is no activation fee, $50 all in. They are running a 35% sale at the moment. 35% off sale if you guys use code MONK. That's MONK with 3 Ks. No activation fee, $2,500 a profit. That's all you guys need. On Apex, Tradeovate, or not Tradeovate, Tradeify, My Funded Futures, all these prop firms, on the 50Ks, you need $3,000 of profit, right? That's normal across the entire industry. Funding ticks, it is $2,500 of profit. You guys pass your account. $2,000 of drawdown, like Tops Up and all these other firms, right? And it's end of day drawdown, right? The only thing is, it's 3 days to pass, but I think it's a great way to start trading futures if you guys have not traded with any futures prop firms yet. Or if you just wanted a cheap account, it's 35% off, $50 all in, like I said. I recommend you guys go with the Pro Plus accounts. That's currently what I'm trading, but I'll kind of go and show you guys the stats real quick. It says $2,100 of profit right here. However, I did make $2,900, so as you guys can see, made $1,100 on the first day. I made a little too much money on the first day trading, I'm not gonna lie. Second day made another $1,000, and then finally today took a $750 win for $2,900 profit. Like I said, you only need $2,500, but to beat the consistency rule, which is 40%, right? 33 days of trading, I needed to make a little bit more money. So that's kind of what we did. I'll show you guys the stats as well. You guys can go ahead and pause the videos if you guys want. But yeah, look at nice, win streak for a little bit. But yeah, I don't know what I was doing here, but yeah, we'll kind of ignore that fact, right? So if you guys want to check them out, link in the description, all that, I'll leave it pinned or whatever. As well as make sure you guys go join the Discord. When you guys do join the Discord, if you guys are not already in, make sure you guys click this green check mark so you guys can view all these different channels. I have a whole bunch of new free resources for you guys. So if you guys want to get into trading, don't know how to start, this is going to be the thing for you. I have a whole bunch of videos linked that you guys might want to watch, as well as strategy videos, useful content, right? Useful concepts that you guys can go over. Everything's for free. I'm not charging you guys. I'm trying to make this the best Discord possible. And yeah, make sure you guys tune in for the live streams. We're pretty much live every single day. I will send out the schedules like every Sunday before the week starts. So make sure you go do that, as well as follow me on Twitter. I'm really close to 100 followers. But yeah, let's get straight into it. So yeah. So, just going into the day, I was pretty bullish. I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty leaning more bullish. The reason I'm kind of aiming towards the long side was because of this swing high right here. This is all-time highs right here, basically, that we left, I believe, on Thursday last week. So we kind of been selling off the past week, the beginning of this week and the end of last week, right? So I was kind of just aiming for these highs again. Not only that, but look at, we're kind of leaving lower resistance liquidity behind, right? So at market open, which was around right here somewhere. Actually, no, not right here. I think all time. Yeah. So market open was around here. And actually, no, that's not from last week. This is from yesterday, bro. I'm tripping, bro. So this is from the swing high from yesterday, right? And yeah, that's what we're aiming for, all-time highs. When you're at all-time highs, you do not want to be short bias. The reason is everyone's trying to short the top, bro. Trying to catch the big moves. That's how I blew all my funded accounts. So we learned from that. We're not going to make the same mistake. We're going to try to avoid the shorts as much as possible and aim for these all-time highs, because that's the target. It's the most obvious drawn liquidity, right? Not only that, we're kind of leaving all these swing highs behind, right? Which is great targets for the upside that we could target. So when market open, which was around over here, let me go ahead and zoom out a little bit. market open was around right here somewhere. So we kind of pushed past Asia a little bit, right? You see this blue line. We kind of pushed past Asia a little bit. So I was thinking, even though we took Asia, we're kind of refusing to sell down back to London lows. So I'm probably be looking for longs because that is the case, right? Usually after you sweep some sort of major overnight liquidity like Asia or London, right? You'll have an instantaneous reaction most of the time, right? Most of the time. That's kind of not what happened here. We kind of just held here, I'm not gonna lie, and just continue pushing, right? So I was like, okay, longs look pretty decent. It kind of lines up with our all-time high bias, right? You don't want to short the tops. So we were really patient. The thing was, it was a little bit tough today because ES was not really cooperating. ES was super bearish, I'm not gonna lie. Market opened, kind of tore straight down and just dumped about 14-ish, 15-ish points on ES, which is quite a lot. But as you guys could see, NQ was just trying its absolute best to kind of hold this level. So we ended up holding like all these miniature fair value gaps right here, right? As you guys could see. So we had some 5-minute fair value gaps that we were trying to hold right here, right? So fair value gap right here, another fair value gap right here. So we were trying to hold these two fair value gaps, which we did. We closed above, we held it. The bodies never closed below, right? On the 1 minute, they kind of did, but like I said, we instantly bought back up, right? In the process of that though, right? In the process, right, the entire time NQ is just, it refuses to sell off, right? So that's the asset you want to trade, right? You want to stay away from ES if possible for longs because it is super bearish, right? So with that being said, after ES swept these lows, right? So the same lows right here, right, on ES, NQ had not swept. So we formed a bullish SMT. This is hinting at a possible push on NQ soon. Because NQ is super bullish SMT, right? This is giving a hint to us that, you know, potential upside is coming. So everything's kind of lining with our bias. But at this point, it is too early to tell. Why? Because we did not form any fair value gaps. It is super choppy. I said during the live stream today that we need to be a little bit hands off, right? Because there's no fair value gaps opening, right? So there's a couple ways you guys can identify bad market conditions. The most obvious one to avoid bad price action is if ES and NQ are not correlating, right? And that, how you guys are able to identify that is SMTs or not. Look how bullish NQ is. Look how bearish ES is, right? Because we swept the same low on ES, NQ did not. We have different objectives, right? NQ wants to push, ES wants to sell off, right? So that's kind of reason number one to kind of be hands off, right? Second of all, when we're not opening any fair value gaps, right? Look at NQ. Look how choppy we are. Look at all these wicks. This is the price action you want to avoid, right? When we're not even opening up any fair value gaps, that's how you just want to stay away from that, right? So even though we kind of retraced into all these 5 minutes, like I said over here, right? Even though we retraced into all these 5 minutes over here, they weren't clean fair value gaps, right? So we didn't enter off of it, as well as we didn't get any, fair value gaps opening up on the 1 minute until we got this SMT, right? So as soon as ES swept these lows, right, we formed an SMT, and now we got this bullish candle. And I said during the live stream that as soon as this candle closed, I said, yo, a buy sequence is incoming. I literally called it on live. Go back and watch the live stream from today. This candle was an indication for me that a potential reversal to the upside was coming. This is when the buy sequence might be starting, right? So as soon as I saw this, I said, yo, potential buy sequence incoming, right? So this was my first hint. Okay, I was long biased, but we were going to be patient. We're going to be hands off, right? We're not going to take a trade. However, when I saw this, I'm like, okay, potential good price action might be incoming. Look, because the reason I'm able to identify that is look at all these dog shit, excuse my language, but dog shit PA. Look at all these different candlesticks, right? Super wicky, super indecisive. And then all of a sudden, you get a super nice strong candle closure right here. Just no wicks at all, just very decisive, right? That's what you want to see in the market. We follow that up with another nice candle, and we finally open up a fair value gap, right? It's not the greatest fair value gap. It's not the biggest fair value gap, but it's a fair value gap, right? It's a decent one, right? We end up pushing, got pretty close to London highs. I'm not gonna lie, this setup would have been a little bit worse if we took these London highs, but I'm thankful that we didn't take London highs. Instead, we sold off slightly, right? So we ended up kind of not taking these London highs at the moment, right? And the reason I wasn't too keen on taking a long yet was because ES was still had this bearish fair value gap, right? So I was thinking, yo, if like ES is super bearish and we kind of retrace into this, we could just end up selling off, right? So I was a little bit careful, right? Just keeping that in mind. But NQ was super bullish, right? So I was willing to give it a chance, right? And for me, right, when I enter a trade, I'm always waiting for candle closures. I never take taps into fair value gaps because that's how you get like blown. That's how you instantly hit, you know, your stop loss, right? Because like people enter fair value gaps without even waiting for a candle closure. How do you know that fair value gap's gonna hold, bro, if you just enter with like a buy limit or a sell limit, right? For me, I need to see us actually holding the level. How I identify that is if we actually close out of it. So we closed out of it. However, I have another contingency for me to enter the trade, right? I need to see momentum on the next candle. So even though we closed above, right? So we got a nice candle closure above on this candle. I didn't enter right away. The reason I didn't enter right away was I want to see follow through, right? So even though this candle closed right here, right? Super nice candle closure. I didn't enter. I waited a second, another couple seconds, right? On the next candle. And the next candle instantly dumped. So I was like, okay, we're not ready. We're not ready yet. So if we manage to close back above this candle, I will enter long again. And we started chopping down, started chopping around for a little bit, and then ended up actually holding the fair value gap. We actually ended up closing within the fair value gap. We pushed a little bit below, and I said on ES, or sorry, I said on ES, we need to break past this inversion for us to start shooting up higher, right? Eventually, we kind of did, but we didn't end up actually taking London highs, which was unfortunate, but it was enough steam for us to kind of reach all-time highs on NQ again. So we ended up getting a super strong candle closure right here. Like I said, even though we got a super strong candle closure, I didn't enter yet. I waited another second, saw that we ended up pushing on this next candle. I know it looks weird. It looks pretty bad on this candle. Oops. I entered off of this candle after I started seeing more momentum, but as you guys can see, we ended up pushing even more, right? So I entered off of that one. Even though the closure doesn't look nice, the next candle just shot up like 35 points in one candle, and we hit TP straight away, right? And immediately went straight to the all-time highs. So let's kind of just review the footage from today, because I'll show you guys, and just I want you guys to listen to what I was saying.
Go Apex, continue. That's what you would like to
just
see.
go ahead and listen.
I'm gonna wait for half a second to see if we continue pushing right here. If we continue pushing, I'll enter long. I'm not in yet.
So you see how you see how like the next candle opens and we instantly start selling it down, right? That is not what you want to see. So we wait, right?
We wait for a flip. So even though this candle's closed strong, right? Oops. Even though this candle's closed strong, I always give it like another second or two to see how the next candle opens, right? So see, even though we got a super strong candle closure, we instantly dump, right? We instantly dump. This is how you avoid bad entries.
So as you guys can see, look, I kind of called it, right? And so we're just waiting until we get a strong candle closure back above that candle that we initially closed above, right?
Tapped into it and started trying to...
Let me just zoom ahead.
Like I said, if we get a strong candle closure again, right? And then probably stop loss below here highs again, so we'll just see. Okay, so we close strong right here, right? We close strong right here, but wait another second or two, right? Candle closure. I'll wait. If we continue pushing, I'll enter long. Not yet. Okay. Honestly, okay,
see, so now I'm starting to see direction in my favor, right? That's when I enter.
I'm in. I'll take one contract,
and then I'll just kind of go ahead and zoom forward. Let's see. I kind of go ahead and zoom forward for you guys. There's nothing much. We kind of just sat there. Break even's gonna be at the London highs, and we kind of celebrate because it was a nice win, and just straight to TP. As you guys can see, just straight to TP. I start celebrating with the chat. Make sure you join the live streams, go, bro. It's always a fun time when we're trading. Look at all the W's in the chat. W, let's go. GG. So everyone banked on this trade for free. Hopefully you don't copy my trades. I hope you guys have the same conviction and understanding why we enter certain trades, right? That's the ultimate goal, right? Is you not copying my trades, but you understanding why we're in the trade. You having the same conviction. You having the same conviction as me to enter the trade. If you don't understand the trade and you're just pressing the buy button because I did it, that's defeating the purpose, guys. So make sure you guys understand why we're entering certain trades. And yeah, we ended up after we ended up sniping the top basically until we started selling off for a little bit. But in the process, we started leaving nice swing highs behind for longs later, right? So as soon as we we're generating all this low resistance liquidity. So as soon as we start getting a buy sequence back up, it's just clean PA, right? Clean price action. So nice day overall. I'm glad price action is starting to clear up a little bit. And yeah, I'm not too sure what else we should be talking about, but like I said, today was a pretty good trading day. I'm gonna be restarting the challenge, right? $50 to a 10K month again. And then from there, I'll try trading another 10 Apex accounts. I'll give it another try, be more patient this time, not rushing the process. Hopefully going for that 20K payout. However, a couple announcements I want to make, right? I'm thinking about opening up a one-on-one call. It's not a mentorship or anything. It's just you guys can book a call with me. You guys could schedule it on your own time, and whenever I'll obviously have a schedule open, right? I'll obviously have a schedule open, and you guys could just book a call. I don't know how much I'll charge yet. I think I'll leave that up to the community, right? Whatever you guys think is a fair price. But I think because I've been getting a lot of calls recently, not calls, but DMs recently, where people are like, yo, can you teach me how to trade? And I don't want to come up with a course. I don't want to come out with a mentorship, because you can learn everything for free. To be honest, I learned everything for the most part for free. However, some people want to expedite that process. They want to get straight to the point, and I don't mind doing that, but it also takes up my time, right? So I want to be compensated in some sort of way, right? So I'm thinking about doing a one-on-one call thing for maybe an hour 30. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, right? What you think is a fair, how much time I should dedicate to a one-on-one call, right? How much I should charge, what you guys think is fair, right? I'm thinking at the moment maybe $50, $30 for maybe 1 hour. So I will sit down with you guys. You guys should share your screen, whatever you guys want me to do. If you guys want to ask me how I find entry models, how I find drawn liquidity, what my requirements are for a trade. If you guys wanted just to watch me backtest, I could just backtest for an hour if that's what you guys want. I don't recommend you guys utilize that time to watch me backtest though. First of all, I'm not even a good backtester. I recommend you guys just forward test during the market open, right? Trade paper, whatever, right? Learn through that. Join the live streams. The live streams are the most educational thing that you guys could learn from, right? It is the freest content ever, and you guys are seeing my thought process live. I will always leave the live streams up for you guys. I will always leave the live streams so you guys could go ahead and just go through all the live streams, right? See my worst days, see my good days, right? See the decent days, right? They're all for free on YouTube, bro. You don't need to pay for a course. However, if you guys want to and are okay with it, I will sit down for an hour with you guys. I don't know when I'll start doing that, right? But I will. That's something I've been planning, right? And maybe down the line, like I said, I know a lot of you guys know I'm against courses because I got scammed personally from a course. I don't know why people are charging $500 for a course. So I got scammed out of $500, guys. I want you to understand. In Forex, first of all, fuck Forex. Forex could suck my ass. Second of all, why are people charging $500 for a course, bro? If anything, the maximum I will ever fucking charge is $200. I feel like that is a fair price point to learn everything A to Z, bro. At a affordable price point, why the fuck are people charging $500, $10,000, $1,000, bro? Dude, I'm not gonna lie, the trading space actually got me heated, bro. So, I just wanted this channel and everything in my personal brand to be transparent. I want to be able to actually genuinely help people, right? But at the same time, build my own personal brand, right? In the process that is fair for everyone, right? Because I want to be compensated for my time as well, right? Sure, I could do day trading and just have that completely my job, but I also want to branch out and explore different business ventures, right? I want to have other passive incomes. I want to have other incomes. I want to explore different things, right? So that's what this mainly platform is for. It's kind of just me figuring things out, right? And we're not really sure. We're just kind of going day by day. It's kind of, you know, up in the air. Who knows, right? But I do, you know, genuinely want to help you guys. I always get these DMs and I fucking love it. So sometimes, hopefully I don't expose some of you guys, but like, yo, I've seen your channel a few days ago. I just want to let you know that you have the great potential to blow up. You're good at what you're doing. If you need someone to help you and anything, I can make shit happen. I'm like, I appreciate that. Another one, yo, man, I love the training journey and love your style. You're a big inspiration to me. I want to let you know you and impactful and helpful. Yeah. And then, you know, some other ones. Hi, Monk. I just found your YouTube channel. I'm new to trading and learning from ICT concepts. Now I just want to pass an evaluation with my fund futures. I like your live streams. I hope you will help me in my new journey. Thank you and keep up the good work. I always love hearing, reading things about that because I never thought I would ever be in a position to be an inspiration for someone, right? I never thought I'd be able to do that. So the fact that people are sending me these DMs and stuff like that, it kind of does something to, you know, it does something to a man, right? So I really appreciate that, right? Just people appreciating my work, right? See, one of our members loved the roadmap. This is awesome for touch-ups on concepts, right? If you guys don't know anything about trading, bro, I have everything for you guys. I'm not charging you guys a dime, bro, because I know how hard it is to get started, and I know how hard it is to get information because it's always behind a paywall. Like, when I had to burn through so much money to even figure out what futures was, because obviously that's kind of my fault, but you know, that's besides the point, right? That's besides the point. So I just want this this Discord, this YouTube channel to be something that a genuine community, right? A genuine community, not just one where everyone's paying to like get, you get what I'm saying? Like, I want it to be a genuine community where people are helping each other. So that's the great thing about this community as well, is everyone's always asking questions. Everyone's helping each other out, right? Even though I might not be on, other people will be able to help you guys, right? So as well, at the same time, I plan on adding another free education tab. You guys are eating good over there, bro. You guys are actually eating good. I plan on adding an education tab. You guys can't see the education tab at the moment, but I plan on adding a lot of free resources on like explaining what liquidity is, SMTs. So basically like a mini course, right? But it's just kind of in my own words, if that makes sense, right? How I interpret it. And yeah, like I said, quick reminder, let's just go ahead and do a recap. Banger trade today. Make sure you guys go check out Funding Ticks. That is what I am currently trading at the moment. They're 35% off on everything. Use code MONK. That's MONK with 3 Ks. Make sure you guys join the Discord, of course, so you guys get access to all these channels. Make sure you check the green check mark. Tune in for the live streams. We're live every day. I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers, which is pretty sick, bro. Thank you guys. So yeah, I'm not too sure what else. Also, make sure you follow me on Twitter. I'm trying to, bro, Twitter is a bitch to grow on. I don't know how people do it, how they got like 20K followers. How the fuck do you grow on Twitter, bro? Actually, but yeah, that's kind of besides the point. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. This video, honestly, this YouTube, I'm kind of transitioning more into just rants, bro. All the videos I'm gonna make from now on, for the most part, are just unedited, just me yelling into the camera, bro. Me yelling into the camera because, man, I love trading. I love the process. I love everything about it. It's hard, guys. I know trading is hard. However, just stick it through. And if you guys got the mentality of a fucking dog, bro. If you guys got a mentality of a fucking dog, you guys will be able to succeed, bro. I'm nobody special, but I somehow was able to manage to secure. Honestly, I think I'm at like 40K in payouts now. Maybe 50K. Nah, not even 50K. I'd probably have to do a checkup, but we're about probably 40K-ish in payouts now. And yeah, hopefully we'll be able to run up Apex soon. That's the main thing. That's my main goal right now, is 20 accounts with Apex and 40K payouts. Boom. 80K months. And maybe, one day, get my dream car, maybe we'll see. I might have to charge a course too. Shit, I don't know. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the YouTube video. I will see you guys probably next week. Next week, we're going to be trading every day. I think every day. So every day, live stream. Tune in. I know some of you guys are at school right now, but just go ahead and review the footage from whatever trading day that we had and try to learn the best you guys can. And good luck in your trading. I will see y'all later. Peace.